Well, here we are. We have a new president. The world hasn't ended yet. The sky has not fallen. The inauguration actually went off without a hitch, even though, P.S., there was a bomb threat at the Supreme Court that who really knows if we'll hear more about that, but I digress. Listen, I wanted to do a video today, just basically with a message about moving forward. And I essentially posted this message in my locals community today, and I wanted to share it with all of you as well, because I know that so many of you are not feeling good about today. I know, dude, I've been on Twitter and Gab all morning. To be on these social networks, you would think this is the worst possible thing that has ever happened in the history of history. People are blackpilling left and right and center. And what I want to tell you is that you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And you guys all really need to understand this. Your emotions are your choice. How you feel in this situation is your choice. And every choice you make about the emotions that you're letting into your system is what is either going to support or detract from you creating the type of experience that you want in the world. So I wrote this message today to my locals community, and I just want to read it to you guys and talk a little bit more about it. I said, well, we have a new president. I know today is not the day many of you wanted. If you did, congratulations, but I don't think that's the case for most people here. On this day in 2017, I watched the inauguration with dread, and none of the worst possible things I imagined happened to come to pass. The worst thing you can do to yourself is convince yourself that everything is bad and awful and the worst will come. We don't know that. Having a positive outlook isn't about being Pollyanna. It's about making sure you have the right mindset to fight for what you want. We can't do that effectively when we feel the world is working against us. You are responsible for what you're contributing to the situation, no one else. Remember, nothing changes today about who you are. Nothing changes what values you hold, and nothing stops you from fighting for what you want. Those of you in this community that I've had the pleasure to interact with are stronger than the people I've watched in the inauguration today. This is a group of people who has become mentally unhinged for years because they didn't get their way. Don't be like them. Be better. We don't know what the next 4 years will bring. The only thing we can control is what we do in that time. Hold your head high, have faith, and never give up. And then I have this quote from Donald Trump from his speech at Liberty University back in May 2017. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace the label. Being an outsider is fine because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead, that you must keep pushing forward, and always have the courage to be yourself. So Donald Trump is not president anymore. He's not. He's gone off to Mar-a-Lago. He is relaxing. He is doing Lord knows what. I really genuinely hope he has some decompression time because I can't imagine that the last couple months have been easy for him. Listen, Donald Trump is far from a perfect man. We saw that yesterday with the pardon list. Oh my God, I could not believe how bad that pardon list was. He is not a perfect man, but I really believe he's a good man. And even more importantly than that, I genuinely believe that his supporters are good people that really do want the best for this country. And I know that so many of you, for the first time, you found yourself with someone who you thought would stand up for you, who had your back, who was fighting for you. You had never had that, many of you, in a president before in your lifetime, or at least not in like a really, really, really long time. And I know that it hurts to have that taken away from you. And then on the other hand, it's like you see this person coming into the White House who you don't like his policies, you don't like his position, you think he might not be all there. There's a lot that you could be concerned about. But what I want you to know is, listen, I woke up after Donald Trump got elected in 2016, and I thought it was the worst possible thing that it could ever happen. And it really didn't turn out to be that way. We don't know what Joe Biden's going to do. We don't know. I actually thought he looked kind of spry today at the inauguration. I'm not going to lie. Maybe they hopped him up with drugs. I don't know, but I thought he looked kind of spry. I have faith that he can last the 4 years. Really, that is honestly all I want. I just want Joe Biden not to die in the next 4 years so that Kamala Harris takes over. Am I asking too much? I digress. Who knows what he's going to do? He did talk about unity in his speech today. He also talked about, things that make me believe he doesn't really believe in unity, but we don't know, guys. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. And honestly, it doesn't really matter, because if you hinge how you feel and what you give to the world based on what other people are saying or what other people are doing or how other people are telling you that you should feel, you're not going to be able to contribute to your highest level. I just started this new thing in my locals community where every day I pull a Zen card and I talk about like a Zen mindfulness concept, because that's kind of like my jam. That's like what I was doing before all this YouTube stuff, is I was actually doing mindfulness training, right? And so today the Zen card we got is ripeness. And it's just basically like really ripe fruit. And the whole point of this card is that when fruit brightens, it falls off the tree on its own. It doesn't have to be picked. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It falls off on its own because it's ready to fall off. We were so blessed to have 4 years of Donald Trump as president. Words I never thought I'd say in my life. We were absolutely blessed with that. It was a miracle that he got elected in the first place. But guess what, guys? Donald Trump is one man. He's one man. He could not carry the weight of an entire movement forever. He wasn't going to be president forever anyway. And what I see when I look at a card like this is there's been a little bit of a transition. Trump was the movement before, but now we have to be the movement. We have to be the movement. And frankly, we have to do a much better job of really articulating the values of this movement. You know why the left can paint MAGA like a terrorist movement? It's because we have done a really shitty job of explaining what it is in ways that average people can understand and be open to. And frankly, maybe now that'll become a little bit easier with Donald Trump out of office. Maybe like you can see them today on the internet. They're like, oh my God, I can relax again after 4 years. I can relax again. I feel the stress leaving my body. Like maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll be more open to listening to the things that we care about, because you guys know this. I'm preaching to the choir, but it was never about Trump. Trump was the guy leading it. Trump was the guy starting it. Trump was the symbol of it. Still is the symbol of it. But it's more so about people, and it's more so about values, and saying truly, that America should focus on taking care of the average, everyday people here first. That's what Trump did, is he said, we are going to focus on the people here first, and we're going to focus on the foundation of what this country was founded on and what this country stands for. And that's what the left is trying to destroy. But so many of us found our love of country again with Donald Trump. And now it's up to us to continue to move forward with that. So you got to keep focused on your goals. You got to know what your values are. Your values transcend any presidential administration, but you have to know what they are and have to be really clear on it. And you have to be able to explain to people, here is why I believe what I believe, and here is why it's important. You are in control of whether or not you do that. And we have to get better at that moving forward, because there is something very, very compelling about all of this that I know people on the left would be more open to if they understood it. Listen, when the whole MAGA thing finally clicked for me, when I understood what it was after being a Democrat for 20 years, it made total and complete sense. It made complete sense. You have to take care of your own house first before you help other people. You have to do things that are going to impact the lives of real people instead of pushing more money into the pockets of the people who are already wealthy or already part of the damn system. That was the whole appeal of him in the first place. And now it's up to everyone who believed in him to keep moving it forward, to keep doing our thing, to make sure we're showing up, make sure we have a good attitude. And the thing I really want to articulate is your attitude here is paramount. If you wake up every morning and you're like, the world is awful, it's doom and gloom, everyone hates us, it's going to be a socialist country, you are inhibiting yourself. You're just putting obstacles in your own way. That's all you're doing. So make sure you get your mindset on straight. Yeah, this might be a hard day for a lot of people. I actually cried last night. I didn't cry because Trump wasn't going to be president anymore. I cried because I was so sad at how he was treated and how he was just really never given a shot by half the country. And I was so sad at how his supporters are treated and continue to be treated. So I had my cry, and now it's time to move forward. For me, this changes nothing. This changes nothing. Joe Biden is actually going to make the work that I want to do much more important now, because already he's rescinding Trump's orders on critical race theory. He's rescinding the 1776 commission that was actually going to teach people in schools, or teach children, I should say, in schools, why to love their country. So our work is now more important than ever, but we have to have a good attitude to be able to actually achieve anything. Doom and gloom is not going to help at all. So get it together, guys. If you haven't had a good cry, have a good cry. Get it out of your system, because we all got to come together. Because remember, again, we're ready for it. We're ready for it. Trump laid the foundation, but it's up to us now. So let's keep going. That's all we can really do. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this, hey, I think this is actually a perfect time to do a plug for my Locals, since I actually wrote this little piece for my Locals this morning. Locals is a social networking site. It's like a private community. There are no trolls. It's social media for adults. It's so nice. You can join my Locals community by following the link right below me, kb.locals.com. Locals is actually free to join. It's completely free. There is a paid tier. I'll tell you about that in a second. But when you join for free, what you're going to be able to see is like the discussion posts going on in the communities. You're also going to be able to get all of my videos ad-free. However, how Locals keeps the trolls out is they do charge just a little bit of money in order to be able to participate in the discussions, because socialists who don't have jobs tend not to have credit cards and can't afford a $5 a month fee. Now, if you want to upgrade and get that supporter status and be able to get into all those discussions, I also do Zoom calls twice a week with my community. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff planned, so there's lots of benefits to it. You want to go to kb.locals.com/support. Now, if you want to try it out for about a month to see if you like it or not, right now, up until the end of the month, end of January, you can use the promo code FREESPEECH, all one word, free speech, no spaces, and that's going to give you a free month off to see if you really enjoy the community, if it's the right fit for you. And if it's not, man, no harm, no foul. You can downgrade to a free account. It'll still be there. But I'm really encouraging everyone to get into my Locals community, because in this era of big tech censorship, it really is the only platform that I feel 100% safe on. I do. There are no problems in it. It's awesome. It is a community of adults. I really like it. It is the saving grace that has kept me sane over the past several months, and I'm sure you'll like it too. All right, so I hope to see you in my Locals. That's all I have for right now. I'll see you soon.